Good morning. I just had a lot of epiphanies. So, once again, I need to show my tablet. So, we're going to start off this morning with the Restore Republic. Let me show you here. You can see where I posted it in my room. They talked about a lot of the tier groups, which I'm not going to do in this video, but understand the different tier groups. When each group gets paid, that's going to help you understand when we're getting closer to our future, period. But what I want to talk about with each of these tier groups, again, explain a little bit. You can see here I did a whole lot of writing. Each of these tier groups bought foreign currency bonds many years ago, and they've just been holding on to them till this time. So as their group gets called that they're able to cash those in, however much they get, they only get to keep 1% of it. The rest of it is going toward humanitarian projects. So I had used an example here. So it's like 1% they get back. So let's just use an example. Let's say they cash in 10 bonds and they're worth $50 million. They get 1% of that. The rest of that $50 million goes toward a cause. Let's say one particular person wants to start a program where he wants to clean the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, period. Well, then when he goes into cash his bond, they tell him what he gets and how much money, and they say, do you have a project? And he's like, yes, I do. I would like my money to do that. They're going to say, well, did you print up something? And he's like, yes. And he shows them his what he's got, his project, how big it is, what exactly they're going to do, about how many people he needs to run it. That money that went to those projects, that's what that's going to do. He gets to keep 1% of his money, which could be millions and millions of dollars. So you have no idea how much money is being put into some of these humanitarian projects. You may have another person that cashes in and doesn't really know exactly, didn't have a plan, but they know what they would like done. And so when they go in and they say, okay, this is how much you're getting, the rest of it's going to go to a humanitarian project. Do you know what you want to do? Well, I haven't really come up with the idea. I just know I would like to make sure that all of the veterans have homes, nice homes, and something with a yard. And they're going to say, we've got several of these projects already in place. We're going to take that money, add it to their projects to make it really help them out more. And the person's going to say, that's fine, that's wonderful, that works for me. So this is where you're getting some of it. Now you're also going to know that there may be projects that you would like to see done, but you're not a person that bought any bonds. You just want to participate in something. So what they may have, which I honestly believe they do, I'm not going to say possibly, I know they do. You're going to be able to go in when you get your phone and all your information, because you're going to be clear-headed, because you've been paying attention to things. You're going to say, is there somebody I can contact? I have an idea on something I would like to see accomplished, but I'm going to need a little bit of money to get it done. I would like to plant a certain tree in this area of the Amazon because of this certain animal. I have a group of people that are experts on this animal. We want to make sure, because it's not thriving right now, we want to bring it back from the brink of almost extinction. But we need to plant these certain trees. We want to study this animal. We want to make sure that it comes back because of the benefits it brings to the Amazon. You're going to get a contact, and this person's going to say, I love your idea. I am going to make sure this happens. And that's where you're going to get your money, period. So for those of you that want humanitarian projects, you have ideas, but you want to use some of this other money that's out there for that, because the money that you're getting back, you're doing something else with. That's just the easiest way for me to explain it. So if you have ideas on things that you want to see done, you want to start your own humanitarian project, there's going to be money out there that you're going to be able to get. Start that business, start that project, get your balls rolling there, more or less. So I wanted to bring that up and explain that to people, period. Because a lot of people are not going to know what to do with their free time, period. Some of you are probably thinking, wow, it's going to be great. I'm going to be able to sleep in, and then I'm going to cut my grass. I'm going to wash my car. What are you going to do 5 months after that? I mean, your whole life is going to change. I'm trying to be, because I can't remember all the videos I've done where I've talked about it. So when we lock down, and everybody knows it's going to happen because the information has to be shared, the phone numbers have to be shared, all of that has to be shared. So that's got to happen regardless. What anybody says, it has to happen. Otherwise, you'll never get the information you need to start your humanitarian projects or start your new life. So let's say after day 10, you were prepared, you'd watched as many videos, you learned as many things as possible as you could. I have no idea what that beep was. That's really weird. But apparently it happens every now and then. And you get your 800 number and you call it and you're going in there. You're going to have a plan in place. Because let's say you're a gas station attendant. That job is just about going to be gone. Or it's going to be a while before you open back up. Period. If you work at McDonald's, that's been your job for the last 15 years. You're a store manager or whatever. I hate to tell you, your job will not exist. So things that you do now, you're not going to do in the future. Some things will be gone forever. And they're not coming back. Fast food restaurants are not coming back. Walgreens, CVS, all of these pharmaceutical places that you get your medicine, they're not coming back because we're not going to be using man-made medicine. We're going to be moving into the new technology. And we're going back in time and doing things like we used to do. So you're going to have a balance of old medicine and new technology. It's like living in a little house in a prairie, but having Star Trek technology. That's the easiest way to say it. And I'm the only one that ever talks about Little House in the Prairie. I need everybody to understand this. So you need to manifest what it is you want to do in the future. We were given small choices in life. We were given A, B, C. Sometimes we were given a little bit of D, period. And these were the options that we had. In the future, your options are going to go all the way from A to Z and maybe even more alphabet that we didn't even know existed. The options that you're going to have are endless. No one is going to hold your hand. No one's going to bound them behind your back anymore. You are going to be able to do the things that you've always wanted to do, period. Let's say you always wanted to go to the Alps and eat a piece of chocolate and yodel. Guess what? You're going to be able to do it. No one's going to tell you it's a stupid idea anymore. No one's going to tell you you can't do it because you don't know how to yodel. No one's going to tell you that you wouldn't survive. You're going to find a way because you're going to make it happen. So all those crazy ideas that you had as a teenager or a small kid and people told you could never do it, you're going to be able to do it because nobody's going to hold you back anymore. The things are going to be limitless on things that you can do. And we're not talking about bad, negative things. We're talking about positive things. Dreams that you had. Places you wanted to see. Places you wanted to go. Food you wanted to eat. Experiences that you wanted to happen. You're going to have those things because nothing is going to hold you back. Period. And this is a good thing. This is what we needed to happen. I'm holding this up so you can possibly try to read it. And remember, there's something going on with my back. So sometimes my arms hurt and vibrate pretty bad. So what you need to do is know that on the 11th day, you're not going to get dressed. You're not going to go to work. It's going to take about 2 to 6 months before people even go back to work because of the shock of the ones who refused to wake up, the ones who wanted to ignore us. That's what's the holdup's going to be. And the military has to go through all of these buildings that have bad food, that have bad clothing, that have bad things. All of that gets thrown away, taken away. All of it. So when the grocery stores, when the military do allow you to go to the grocery store to get something, remember, anything that's bad for you will not be in there. They'll probably allow you to get some paper towels. They'll probably allow you to get some toilet paper, maybe some soap. What's left, because remember, anything that's bad for you, they're going to get rid of. Definitely any fruits or vegetables that they deem to be safe enough for people to eat, they're going to want to make sure you get that before it goes bad, period. But your Coca-Colas and all of the food that's really terrible for you, they're already going to have taken that out and destroyed it. So grocery stores, you're not going to have people working at the grocery store. You're not going to have people working at fast food. Many restaurants are not going to survive. They're not going to come back, period. So if you're somebody who likes to cook and you would like to open a restaurant, you're going to be able to, but you're going to have to make sure that it's all organic food. You're going to have to use real spices and stuff like that to season your food. You're not going to be able to use bad stuff. So there's going to be a lot of changes that will have to happen. But if that's the route you want to go because you love making breakfast, then do it. There's going to be an opening for you. You're just going to have to use really good ingredients. You're not going to be able to use this crappy stuff anymore. So what we're talking about at this moment now is, with understanding what's going to happen, is you're going to take some time today and you're going to get a piece of paper and a pen. You can see here I wrote it down. And you're going to start putting out there in the universe what it is that you want your future to be. You're going to manifest it to happen. So if you want to live somewhere, you're going to make it happen because you're going to will it to happen. You're going to make it happen by wanting it. So whatever it is that you want, you figure it out. You think about it, and it will happen. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow, but it will happen. That's how you manifest. That's how powerful the energy is that we are part of. We can make things happen. So it's not abnormal to think someone got mad at you and looked at your tires and blew them out. It's possible if they were able to tap into that energy. We would consider that magic. But yes, you can do things like that. If you wanted somebody to meet somebody and for that relationship to see where it would go, you can make it happen. You did that by introducing the two people together and encouraging it, and kept on and on and on. You manifested it to happen. Had to do a little bit of physical manifestation, but you did it. So understanding how powerful we are, how powerful we really are, is important. If we can manifest where we want to live to happen, that's powerful. That's not fake. That's real stuff. It's called dreams. It's called hoping. We're calling it manifesting now. So you're going to manifest what it is you want in the future, and you're going to watch it happen. You're going to want good, positive things to happen. Now, when I tell you that it'll probably be 6 months before anybody gets up and actually goes back to their job, because it depends on what type of job you have. Those people will go back. Some people will have to get different jobs. Some people are going to realize what they did their whole life was for nothing, like a brain surgeon. Guess what? You're out of a job, buddy. People that grow their own vegetables, grow their own food, they're going to be the most popular people around because people are going to be searching for them. So if you're somebody who has a small garden and you can yield, a pretty good amount of tomatoes or something, you're going to be pretty popular in the future because people are going to be needing you because they're going to need your tomatoes. Because the grocery store is not going to be using those farms and the GMOs anymore. All of that's going to go away. So people that have been growing their own land, using their own organic fertilizer, taking care of the soil, you're still going to be able to do that. All these other big farms that are owned by BG, yeah, they're going away. All of that's got to be fixed. Let's see, what else did I want to say here? I'm going to go into another subject, but I want to make sure I've got this one covered. You're going to have to message me if you want me to elaborate on things. But just know that whatever you're doing today, however you're living your life today, will be a 180 difference in the future. The clothes that you wear are going to be different. The food that you eat is going to be different. The people that you hang around is going to be different. Your lives are about to change in such a dramatic way you have no idea. And I get so upset that many people don't even talk about it. I see buildings being torn down and buildings being rebuilt. I'm seeing roadways being covered up by dirt, grass, and trees, and never using those roads again. They're going to be gone. We know that we're going to have the free Tesla energy, so all of these electric poles are going away. All of them. Now, how they work it out, what devices they put on your homes, I'm not for sure. I just know that your car will be running on Tesla free energy as well. The ones that you buy, not the Teslas that we have now that you have to go charge. No, those cars will be gone as well. It'll be clean energy cars. I want people to be careful with the technology that comes out. Don't get lazy. Don't depend on it too much, because if not, we're going to go into a Terminator future. Because of the AI being so smart and realizing it doesn't need us anymore, that we're useless. So remember how to cook. Remember how to wash your own clothes. Remember how to do your own things. Teach your children, teach your grandchildren. Have them still do these things. Don't get wrapped up in letting robots and AI do everything for you, because we're just going to become lazy. And when we become lazy, we become stupid. When you still do things manually, you're still working your brain, and you're still holding on to knowledge, and knowledge is power. Don't forget that. Once you start letting a robot cook all your meals and do all of your housework, you're going to become lazy, and your brain, you won't use it as much. And it's like a muscle that just won't get used. It'll just kind of shrivel up, and that technically is making you stupid. So don't do it. Just don't do it. Listen to me. If you don't listen to anything else, don't depend 100% on the new technology. Everybody's going to be using it. Just don't depend on it. Okay? Don't go get a robot because you never want to mop floors again. Mop those damn floors. Enjoy it. Be glad that you're able to do it, and do it till you cannot do it anymore. Okay? Just don't be lazy in the future. That's what got us in the hot mess we're in today, because people got lazy. That's why people are putting chips in their body, because they don't want to carry a set of keys around. Oh, that's just too much in my pocket. I'd rather just swipe my hand over the door and let it open. Well, guess what happens when you do technology like that? You're allowing anyone to hack you. Okay? Do you think the baby monitor stuff was funny? People hacking into baby monitors and talking to your children as they're sleeping? Do you want someone to hack into that chip that they enter in your body or in your brain? Do you want people to actually talk to you and dig around in your most personal thoughts? Well, you put that type of technology in your body, you're asking someone to hack you. I don't want anybody in my personal thoughts. I don't want anybody acting in my dreams. I don't want anybody telling me, oh, you want that hot dog over there, and then make me eat a hot dog that I don't want. That's what happens if you put that technology in your body. That's what happens when you become lazy. So don't become lazy. Just don't do it. So let's move on to the next subject, and I want to show you a video. That's why I'm mainly holding this. That there, let me show you this real quick. All right, we don't know how they're going to shut us down. We don't know what scenario they're going to use. There's so many different ones out there. We can pick and choose. We just know it's going to happen. And we can see it happening because we're smart and we're paying attention. They could use it as a solar flare. They could use it as a World War III. They could use it as anything. So just be prepared for it. The way you get prepared is, number one, you make sure you've got enough food and water in your home for at least 3 to 4 weeks. Number two, you make sure that you've got enough toilet paper for that time frame, not for the next 100 years. Don't go in there and buy the whole store's toilet paper. That's ridiculous. You don't need to. Okay? Make sure you've got food for your pets. Whatever pets you have, make sure you've got food for them too. They need to eat. Be smart, have cash on hand, have gas in your vehicle, and just be ready for anything. Don't wait to the last minute because everybody else will be trying to get there and get stuff too, and then you're just going to be up in that crazy rush and it's not going to be fun. There's another spike in the energy if you were having trouble last night. This shows us as at 9:54 a.m. Today is May 30th. As you can see, these spikes, they're no joke. They're no joke. All right, so let me keep going here because there is something I want to show you. Oh, this is just talking about what I said. Here, I'll show you that. You get it? You understand it? I hope you do. I'm trying to show you some things. I'm not going to show you that guy because it doesn't show his face, so it doesn't really. Okay, this is what I want to show. But I'm going to try to cover up. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this just a second. Let's see if we can find a prettier picture to put on here while I'm talking. In the future, people will be moving. People are going to find better things to be around. We're not going to put that on there. Let's just find some of my art really quick. I'm just going to find some of my art. Here, let's use this one. Okay. Have you been down the Tartaria rabbit hole? Have you paid attention to the children that traveled in trains and were brought into cities and worked, in the mines? Have you watched and learned about the Cabbage Patch babies? All of that's very important. When you look at that city, they're leaving. They're leaving their belongings behind. They're leaving their buildings. They're leaving everything behind. That's happened already in the past. When people were traveling across the country here in the United States, and they were moving toward California, when they got there, they're saying that there were already buildings there, that they didn't have to build anything. They just walked in and took homes. These people didn't have to build homes. The homes were already there. What made people desert those areas? What really happened? Well, we don't know. But we know what's happening now. People are being bombed. They're having all kinds of problems in some of these countries all over the world, and people are getting up and they're leaving. They're leaving those countries. They're leaving those areas. So in the next 50 to 100 years, people will go over there and they'll go, wow, look at all these abandoned buildings and stuff. Did people not, what made them leave? I think we're seeing what happened in the past. I think we're seeing exactly why those cities were abandoned. There's a picture of the Lincoln Memorial just sitting out in the middle of a swamp, just sitting there by itself. And the person asked the question, why is it just sitting there? Who built that? Well, yeah, somebody did. Somebody at one time came in and built all those buildings. They weren't built by our forefathers the way that we were told. They were already there. That somebody else built those things a really long time ago. We just took them over and claimed them as our own. I think we're seeing that happen. We're learning now how that happened in the past. So pay attention to things that you normally don't pay attention to. Listen to things that you don't normally listen to. Open your mind to the possibilities that there's a lot more out there than what you're being told. Question everything. That's what you have to do. You can't trust anyone but yourself. God told me in a vision, He said, there will come a time you will not be able to trust your eyes nor your ears. Trust in me. And I keep reminding people on my Telegram page that they have to do that. Because sometimes I see things and I don't know if they're real or not. We know that a majority of crap that we're seeing is not real. People are posting things that are just unbelievable right now. Like one lady had an alien, it was one of those giant mantis-looking aliens, ring her doorbell at 3 a.m. The video's out there. I'm not scrolling through all of my videos to show it to you. If you want to see it, you're going to have to either join my Telegram channel and then I can repost it or something like that. But I'm not doing it here. It takes too much to keep scrolling through my Telegram to show you on a video here. But I wanted you to understand, not many people are actually telling you the truth. They're not preparing you properly for what's about to happen. And I really want you to understand that things are slowly moving, and if you're not looking and watching, you're going to be caught off guard. So whatever you need to do to go get you about 3 or 4 weeks worth of food, try to go get it as soon as possible. Now, this is what I believe, and I've talked about it before, and whether or not I've said it in a video before, I don't know. But I've been saying every year for the past 2 years, possibly 3, that I believe that July 4th will be a holiday that people all over the world will celebrate, not just in the United States. I said to the people when I first mentioned it, I said, wouldn't that be remarkable? Just think about it. Everybody celebrating the 4th of July as their Independence Day, not just us. Well, rumor has it that there's a possibility that they're looking to get things rolling out in June because July 4th is a cutoff day. Cutoff day for what? I don't know. Or do I? Have I said it? Maybe. I don't know. Now, that does not mean by anything that it's going to happen in June. I would like to see it happen in June. I am going to try to manifest it to happen in June. You know why? Because I'm tired. My body aches from all these energy spikes. It's hard to talk to people that are not awake. I cannot deal with people that have no common sense. They're like zombies. It drives me crazy, and I'm getting to the point where I snap at people because I don't understand why they don't get it. And I know what's making them that way, but they continue to use the toothpaste. They continue to drink the fluoride water. They continue to put the toxins in their body. And then they want to know why they can't figure out a simple task like how to get out of a wet paper bag. That tends to irritate me. I have a hard time going to work because I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to talk to them. They drain my energy so bad that I get so tired I'll sleep for hours. So we want this to happen soon. We don't want it to happen in September. We definitely don't want it to happen in October. We want it to happen today. But we know it's not happening today because we got to finish out the Trump case. That's a marker, guys. And do know that everybody has a double. Everybody has a clone. Some people have multiples. They're also saying that there was a body double or a possible clone that was JFK the day he was assassinated. It doesn't matter if you believe it. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. All that matters is you heard it. So it's there in your head. So when the truth comes out, whether it is true, you won't be shocked now. And if it's not true and it's something else, we'll laugh about it. But now that's in your head. That's all you have to do, people. You don't have to believe everything. You don't have to accept everything sometimes. You just need to hear it and store it and be prepared for when the truth comes out. Because the truth is not going to be for everybody. Not everybody is going to walk away free. Not everybody is going to handle what's about to happen. They're not. And it's sad, and there's nothing I can do about it but try to reach as many people as possible, which I don't reach a whole lot of people. It's up to you if you want other people to hear what I have to say. But just know that I'm blunt, I'm honest, and I'm in your face. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that I say. People have to listen to things they don't want to listen to. When people talk about the Bible, listen to what they got to say. If you don't like it, at least you heard it. At least it's implanted in there. And then when we don't need it anymore, we'll be able to wipe all that information out of our brains. But just know there's a lot of truth that's going on, and people don't want to accept it because they're so used to what they've been brainwashed to believe. That's not helping you any. You have to let go of that and relearn everything. Things that you didn't think you needed to learn, you're going to have to relearn. You're just going to have to relearn. It's not fun. I get it. It's scary and it alienates you. But this is the part of your growth, being alienated, because when you're alone, you can think, you can manifest, and you become stronger. That's why God makes you alone. I'm just going ahead and showing you some of my art here. If you like any of this art, I can do it in a magnet. I'll show you one here. Hold on a second. It's a magnet. I can do that. I can do that. See, they just stick on the refrigerator. Watch. There you go. It's a magnet. So any of my art, I can do these in t-shirts. I can do them in wall plates, not the little circular wall plate. It's a square that you hang on the wall. They're beautiful. When I open up my store, my art will be represented in my store. People will be able to buy these things. These are my imaginations, my thoughts that I had generated, things that I just imagine. Some people like it, some people don't. But it's what I do. As a psychic, I am creative. It's just part of who I am. It's just what I do. I all the time talk about the different things that I sell, things that I can and do, and most people don't hit me up, and I get it. I understand. I really do. It's money's tight, and it's not a big deal. I'm not crying over it. No, it's all of them that way. Let's go this way. I made t-shirts with this one, and this one sold out quickly. It's gorgeous. Look at all the sparkles in it. It's just gorgeous. But if you want it in a t-shirt, I usually have Vistaprint print them up for me. And my t-shirts right now cost $20 because I have to send it somewhere and let them generate it. And then I can send it directly to you. But these things are just pretty. And yes, I already have a lot of the magnets already made up. So if you would like one in a magnet to hang in your kitchen, hang in your locker at work, these are just my tree collections. I've got animal collections as well. Stuff is so cool, guys. It's just so cool. Just really, really, really cool stuff. Just really, really cool stuff. I'm just showing you neat stuff. There's some animals and trees. All my imagination. Just cool, cool, cool stuff. That's all of that. I'll go through my robots because some kids like robots. I did some designs with robots because I always think about the kids. That came out really good. I have no idea what kind of robot that is, but it's a design. It came out. These were my castles I did. And I did these because a girl at work needed some designs on castles because somebody wanted to have something made, and she does woodwork. So these were some of the designs I came up with, and the person that wanted her to do the woodwork didn't like any of them. Oh well, who cares? I don't. I really don't. Anyways, that's some art. Be yourself. Be unique. Be different. Be prepared, be ready, be open-minded. Be all of these things. It's beneficial to you. Listen to things you wouldn't normally listen to. Pay attention to the small things. And just be ready. And people like me are out there. And our whole purpose is to help you understand and to move through this transition as easy as possible. I may not ever meet any of you in person, but I would love to meet as many people as I can. My goal is once we get shut down, we open back up and things get a little normal, I am going to find some big park somewhere in a central location and have one heck of a barbecue or bring your own meal type of thing, and have everybody that's ever interacted with me meet me so I can give you a hug, because we need to celebrate that we survived, that we made it, and that we are the future. Whatever we do sets the pace for how the future will be, and it's very important. So if this is something you would like to see happen, you can follow me on Telegram. You can reach me in my email. Don't be afraid, I will answer. If I don't answer immediately, I will answer. And I do this because I'm passionate about people surviving this, because I've already seen glimpses of the future, and it's beautiful. It's not scary like this. This is not the future. This is just, was trying to help out somebody for Halloween. I don't even know where I've got more pictures at. Here we go, my art. I'm just showing you my art as I'm talking. But just know that the future is going to be beautiful. And if you want it to be beautiful, it can be as beautiful as you want it. You just have to make it happen. You just have to make it happen. You have to want it. And take things seriously. If you want to open up a store, then you're going to open it up, and it's going to be a great store, and you're going to do great things. But you have to want it to happen. If you don't want it to happen, it's just not going to happen. I really want people to understand this so much, that what you're going through right now is technically hell. And we can get through this together. We really can. It just takes some understanding to know that you're not crazy. What you're feeling is real. What you're seeing could possibly not be real, but what you feel is real. So if you feel like something's not right, it's not right. And it's a shame that a small group of people decided to do that to us. That they decided that they were better than us and that we were nothing. I absolutely hate it. It wasn't fair. It's not fair. Have a great day. And like I said, if you're into art, you love creating things, do it. I'm not great at it. These are not really great things. Some people get my stuff, some people don't get it. I love to share it. So if anybody sees something that they really like and you want it in a t-shirt or you would want it in a plate, isn't that gorgeous? And it was a girl at work that asked me if I could do a Pegasus. And so I came up with a blue one. Isn't that gorgeous? Just absolutely gorgeous. I do card readings. I make herbal remedies. I got my own tinctures now. I've got a dandelion tincture. I've got an orange peel tincture that's vitamin C. I've got my colloidal silver that I make myself. I've got some copper water that I've got sitting. I'm going to let it sit for another couple of weeks, so I'll be able to put those in little droppers for people that are low on copper. I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm going to have all kinds of unique health products that will help people with their health in their future. I'm going to have unique art that may speak to you, may not speak to you. Doesn't matter. It's my imagination. This just gives you a glimpse of my head, what I think about. So anybody ever wanted in my head, there you go. This is the inside of Jackie's head. I didn't do that. I didn't do that one. Didn't do that one. Did that one. Did that one. Some things come out good. Some things don't come out good. Somebody had wanted me to design some stuff unique just for them, and so I started doing Chinese horoscope designs. That was the one that she bought from me. She loved it. And no one else has it. Only her. Isn't that great? If you want me to try to design something for you, let me know. I'll try. I'm not great at it, but I'm decent. So hopefully these pictures here have inspired you to do something maybe you wouldn't normally do. Maybe they've triggered something in your mind and you're like, you know what, today is going to be a good day. I am going to get prepared, period. Trust God. It's going to be scary. It's going to get worse, but in the end, it will be beautiful. And we're all going to do it together. And if you want to participate and maybe have that thing that I want to do in the future, reach out to me. We'll keep in touch and we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll have the money to travel. We'll have the means to travel. So there's no reason why we couldn't do it. Any questions, anything I haven't covered you'd like me to cover, you want me to make a video on, you want me to talk about, want me to do a reading on, let me know. I don't have enough followers to do lives. I would love to do lives. I think that would be fun. But I just don't have enough followers to do lives. That's why I don't. If we get enough followers, then I can do lives. So if that's something you would be interested in, we just need to get me a few more followers. I don't know how many you need to actually have a live, but apparently you need more than what I have. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to. It's only if you want to, and that's fine. You do, you don't. It doesn't matter. This is not going to be my life, making videos. My life is going to be making my herbal store. So hopefully a little bit of this has triggered something in you, has awakened something. Just trust your instincts. And I'll make another video soon. All right, guys. Bye.